So, welcome to the bookstore. That was a brief little look outside. Down the street, where I was showing down that way, is a concert venue, record store. It's kind of the area I'm in. So, hey guys, I'm Andrew from 510 Books. It is Wednesday, April 6th, 2022. This is the second video I'm making about the bookstore that I leased out back at the end of 2020. I made one video a long time ago, which I posted to the channel, just talking about it, not actually showing it, but talking about it. So here's my second video. And I leased this out in November 2020. I had purchased all the inventory, all the shelving, everything in here, all the way to the back room, all the way back to the bathroom. So I'm just going to give you a tour of the store and kind of how it's set up. Let's go. So you walk in. First of all, it's narrow. I mean, it's not a wide space, and it gets more narrow the further back you go, but it is pretty long. And the other thing that I really liked about it is that it has bookshelves already in place and attached to the wall, going all the way back on either side, including behind here where they had their counter. Previously, they used to have a desk here and then a little opening on this side, and then they had some other shelving on this side. So they kind of closed it off, and back here they would display certain books and whatnot. I'm assuming higher priced books. I still have some there, like that set, that red set, those older ones there. Just so you know, like all the stuff that's back here, I haven't gone through it at all. And almost all of the books you see up against the wall all the way to the back and up to here, I haven't gone through. The reason why there's, and over here as well. So there's this one standalone unit that I'm going to get rid of. But yeah, there's all these books as well I haven't gone through. The reason why there's so many books on the floor in different stacks, and I have them stacked up here, is because there used to be shelving all along here, all the way to where that shelf is there. There was shelving all along here, and so what I'm doing is slowly going through that, working my way around, and as I'm working my way through it, I'm making different piles based upon the types of genres they're in. Those two boxes are books I don't want that I'm going to get rid of, and this is also another box of books I don't want. And so I'm just making piles here, and I'm moving my way around. This is the next pile I'm going to go after, and then I'm going to jump into these. And there's all this stuff on top, and then all of this over here, all the way over here, and all the way over into that tall shelf. So the point of me going through all of that is once I finish all that, a lot of the shelving that I had here, I've actually put in the back of the bookstore, which I will show you in a second, which is where you see me make those videos back there. And I'm going to use that shelving for storage for items that I have for sale on Amazon and eBay. And also in the future, when we do open the store, part of that back room is going to have to be storage for backstock, because the plan is with the store is to push it big time for trading in to get credit for books. And so we're planning on getting lots of books coming in. So anyway, I'm going to go through all of these, clear out all this in the middle. Why? Well, this is sitting on top of this rug. Can't speak right now. There's a rug here, and so I want to pull that rug up and actually show off the floor, which in some places is a bit of a mess, but it's going to be cleaned up. So I'm going to open up the space here, and then I plan on also pulling up those 3 other rugs as well. The reason being, because previously, like I said, it had another little row here of shelves. So when you walked in, you can imagine, look at the door, right? You walk into the door, it's already pretty narrow up there. The bookshelves start, and it's narrow coming in. So what you had is if you had someone looking here at these books on this side, which is all science fiction, fantasy, and someone on this side, no one can walk through, and barely 2 people can even fit there. So I'm going to open this whole space up. So you can imagine, once all those books and shelves in the middle are gone, that whole space is open. It means less books, but it means more space. And get rid of the rug, all of that. And then I have all of these books. The reason why I have all these books on the floor is because these books were up on the top shelves, going back there, going up here. These were all full of books. The reason why I had to take them down is because these walls used to be red, dark red and black. I had them patched and painted. Now they're all uniform and same color. Even that little square up top, which you can go into, was red. There was random colors painted all over the place. So I had it all fixed up. And now let's go back further. So that's why there's all of these crates and whatnot, because this was all up here. It was up here. This had bookshelves over there, over here. It was all packed, so I had to get it out of the way, going all the way up there. So they painted the whole thing, and that's why there's so many books here. These are actually, believe it or not, mostly sorted. What's going to end up happening likely is I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of these books. Some of these books have been here. Here, I'll show my face. Some of these books have been here for a long time. This bookstore closed when the pandemic hit in mid-March, March 15th or so of 2020, and has not been open since. But before that, it was pretty slow in here from what I heard, because one of the owners had passed away years before that, 3 years before the pandemic hit. And his wife, who was in her mid-80s, was trying to run it, and she was just having volunteers help out. They weren't really getting a lot of new books in. So a lot of the books were kind of the same thing. When I go through some of them, it's true. A lot of them are older, and I'm looking to get newer books. You know, older books not necessarily bad, but you know what I'm saying. So that's what all of this is. They specialized in sci-fi. So this whole wall, you can see it up there, sci-fi, fantasy. And then it starts over here at mysteries, murder, serial, horror, and that's all mystery, and thrillers. But 1, 2, 3, 4 entire shelves are sci-fi and fantasy, and there was more sci-fi and fantasy up there on top. That was their focus and specialty. So we go back here, and it gets much more narrow here. This is where they have young adult, and these were the kids' books on this section. All right, I'm not trying to make you guys too dizzy. But anyway, here's the door. It's a tiny little door that was made. It's a narrow little door, but it goes back here. And this is where the back room is. And this is the wall, if you remember, that I showed in the video that I had painted. This was the wall that was a big mess. And I finally painted it white. And so this is where I have all of my books stored, CDs, DVDs, etc. for eBay. And then I have more shelving here and there. And all of these CDs are merchant fulfilled for Amazon. And these audiobooks, as well as all those books, are for Amazon. And then back here is a lovely bathroom, which is black and neon green, which I plan on painting as well. And the door, as you saw, probably can't hear me. The door, as you saw, is neon. Fortunately, this side is not. Yeah. And so, here. Sorry, it's going to be low lighting, but back here, these are all books that need to be listed on eBay. It's hard to see, but there are books back here. Boxes and boxes. I don't even know. Over 1,000 books. Who knows? But it's a lot. Yeah, that's the little quick and dirty tour of the bookstore that I plan on opening at some point. But because of my local sale and deciding to go weekly, it's been difficult to put much time into this and effort. But I'm slowly working on it. And it's getting there. So another question you might have is, are you going to keep the books that are on the shelves? Well, some yes, some no. My focus is to go through those books in the middle, clear those out, decide which of these books out here I'm going to keep, store some in the back, get rid of the rest. And then open. I don't necessarily want to keep the same organizational structure they have for nonfiction and fiction, all that stuff. But I think to open sooner, instead of going through every single book, I'll probably just open how it is. And then as I'm open, I will work on reorganizing it because it's been closed for so long. And even though it is affordable, I still want it to start making money and getting the word out that it is open, because it is a great location. As you saw outside, it's in downtown. It's in what's called an arts colony. Across the street, there is Antique Row. Every month they have a couple of, like on the Saturday, they have like art walk, that kind of stuff. So this place can get really busy at night. It gets really busy after, 6 o'clock or so. They used to stay open till 7 or 8 o'clock here. So yeah, so that's the brief little tour. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Please please subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of stuff. I'll be talking more and more about this bookstore as it evolves. It'll become more and more a part of this channel, especially when I get close to opening and actually opening it. So subscribe to the channel. I'll talk about selling books and other types of media online as well as locally. Stay safe. See you in the next video. Take care.